What do you guys eat for breakfast and lunch and dinner?
Well, Nicole, funny you should ask, because we all filmed what we ate today.
Hi, I'm NISHA.
I'm Nicole.
I'm DANI.
And I'm Hannah. And this is
The Vegan View.
Cheers! Hi guys, welcome back to The Vegan View. So today we're going to be showing you what each of us eat for breakfast, lunch, dinner, some snacks. And I don't know, we thought it would be really interesting because we always talk about, Nicole always is like asking very pertinent questions like, what do you eat for snacks? What do you eat for breakfast? And I was like,
That's a good question.
surprised how different all of us are and then how similar we are in some things.
This is obviously just one random day, not something that we like always eat every single day.
Was
So if
that
you guys like this video and you want us to do this more often, make sure you let us know. For breakfast today, I am having a bagel with some Kite Hill cream cheese. During the week, I usually eat oatmeal every single day, but today was a Saturday, so I wanted to splurge a little bit, and Austin brought home some bagels, so I decided to have one of those, and Kite Hill is just like the best cream cheese ever. And I also had some blueberries and strawberries on the side.
Hey guys, it's Hannah. So for breakfast today, I'm going to be making some quinoa flakes, and you're just going to need some oat milk or non-dairy milk of your choice, quinoa flakes, maple syrup, and some mixed frozen berries, some salt, and some cinnamon. And I actually got the idea to make this breakfast from Nicole because I don't love oatmeal, and so she recommended I try quinoa flakes, and I love them now. So you're just going to do a cup of oat milk and bring that to a boil. And once it's boiling, you're going to add a third cup of the quinoa flakes. And you can double this if you are extra hungry in the morning, but I knew I was going to be eating a big lunch and dinner, so I did a little smaller portion. And then you're going to just let it simmer until it thickens. And once it becomes a nice thick consistency, you want to remove it from heat. Add a little bit of salt and then a dash of cinnamon. And then you're going to add in the mixed berries. And I like the mixed berries because I don't like things that are too sweet, and the berries add a little bit of a tartness. And so then you want to kind of like mush them in while the quinoa flakes are still hot. And then you are going to put it in a bowl and add a little bit of maple syrup on top. And I love this because it kind of tastes like a berry pie, but it's good for you. So that's my breakfast for this morning. This is really good if you don't like oatmeal, so I highly recommend trying it out. And then I usually have a cup of coffee after breakfast. My favorite brand is Kicking Horse. I love pretty much all their flavors that I've tried. And then my favorite creamer is by Califia. I actually like the hazelnut flavor better, but I haven't been able to find it anywhere recently, so I've been doing the vanilla, which is also very good. And if you like a thick creamer, you're gonna like this creamer. If not, then you might want to try a different brand. And then I'm going to use my little frother. I got this idea from NISHA because she has one. And it just makes your coffee a little bit more frothy and creamy, and I love that.
Hey guys, Nicole here. So I started my morning with a few glasses of water, and then later on I had some coffee, and when I was hungry I pulled out these overnight oats that I made the night before. I followed a recipe from my ebook called My Cranberry Orange Oats, and this is really great if you love cranberry orange muffins. It's kind of a similar profile. So all you do is just mix your oats with some cinnamon and then dried cranberries, although I didn't have dried cranberries, so I did a chopped up date. I actually believe this is a date and a half if I'm being honest, but you just want to chop it up. And what's great is when you add the dried fruit to the overnight oats and let it soak overnight, it really imparts that flavor and adds a little bit of natural sweetness, and it's just like 10 times more flavorful if you let it sit overnight than if you just do it in the morning. Plus it makes it really fast in the morning because all you have to do is just transfer the mixture to a saucepan to warm it up 3 or 4 minutes. When it's nice and thickened, you can just go ahead and top it with your fruit. Here I have some orange segments and some thawed raspberries. I topped it with a little bit of vegan yogurt, a drizzle of peanut butter, and just a little bit more cinnamon. All together this takes like 5 minutes, and it is such a treat first thing in the morning. I love it. I pretty much have this every single day. I also take one of these vitamins every morning after breakfast. They are vegan, and it's a really good source of vitamin B12.
Hi guys, it's Nisha. So today I ate one of my go-to breakfasts for when I don't want to use my brain in the morning. It's just a homemade matcha chia pudding. I know it looks kind of gross, but it tastes like matcha latte, and I sweeten it with some maple syrup, and it's very, very good.
For lunch, Austin and I decided to go on a little lunch date to this little cafe that has pretty good vegan options. And I got this curry chickpea salad sandwich. So it came on marble rye bread, and the curry chickpea salad had some dates and some almonds in it. It was super flavorful and really yummy. And it also had a side kale salad that had like a tahini ginger dressing. Everything was super flavorful and really good. And this was a really filling lunch.
Okay, for lunch, I'm going to be doing a TLT sandwich, which is kind of a play on a BLT, except you use tempeh. So I'm just using some sourdough bread, some of the Light Life smoky bacon tempeh, some Follow Your Heart smoked Gouda, some tomato, some romaine lettuce, and some veggies. And if I have lemon flavored hummus, I really like to add that in addition to the veggies, but I don't have it, so I'm just doing the veggies today. And then I just put the tempeh strips on a hot pan on about medium heat, and you can do oil if you want to make it more crispy. I'm not using any oil. I just kind of fry it up until it's a little bit more toasted on each side. And I use about 4.5 strips because I like a lot of tempeh on my sandwich. But if you aren't quite as hungry, you could definitely do less. And then I'm just going to add some veggies on either side of the bread. And side note, you could definitely marinate your own tempeh. That would probably be a little bit more affordable than buying the already marinated tempeh, but I just like to use that tempeh because it saves time. And then after I've added the veggies to each side of the bread, I'm going to add my tomato. And I like to do a good amount of lettuce. It makes me feel a little healthier. But if you're new to the vegan lifestyle, I feel like this is a great sandwich to try out because it's very hearty and filling, and it's a great take on your classic BLT sandwich, but veganized. So then I'm gonna add the tempeh bacon, and I just kind of break it apart so it fits better on the bread. And then I will top it with the Follow Your Heart smoked Gouda, which if you have not tried, you definitely need to. It is my all-time favorite vegan cheese. I add 2 slices because I love cheese, but you could definitely break it up and just use 1 slice. Totally up to you. Those of you that follow me on Instagram are probably already super familiar with this sandwich because I go through my phases where it's all I eat, so you've probably already seen this. And then I tried to do a sweet, simple vegan sandwich shot, but it wasn't as pretty as theirs, so definitely check out their channel for some prettier sandwich shots. And that's what I had for lunch.
So I also had a tempeh sandwich on this day. I didn't realize until I started editing this video that we were all gonna have sandwiches up until this point, but this is a sandwich I honestly get probably once a month because it's so good. I just pick it up from Whole Foods on a busy day like today where I'm running around and I don't have time for lunch. It is the smoky TLTA, and it's all vegan as is, but I like to switch it up and change out the aioli. I get hummus instead, and then I add banana peppers, pickles, olives, and extra lettuce, and it is so good for when you're busy.
For lunch, I had a kimchi avocado toast and a chickpea caprese salad. I have this little basil plant in my windowsill, so I get to use basil a lot, and it's really cheap if you grow your own. And the caprese salad is just some yellow tomatoes I bought in like a grab bag at the farmer's market, some of my favorite legumes, chickpeas, and basil, salt, pepper. You can add some garlic flakes if you want, and then I just splashed a little balsamic vinegar on top, and it was very delicious. And then my avocado toast is just an avocado toast with some vegan kimchi. Keep an eye out because not all kimchi is vegan. Some of them have fish sauce in it, so watch out for that. Then I snacked on my favorite snacks. They're hip peas. I love the pepper power flavor. I know a lot of people find it spicy, but I love spicy. But they also have other flavors if you want to check those out. And then I snacked on some of this local chocolate I discovered, and it's incredible. I wish I knew where to buy more of it because I haven't found it since, but it's delicious.
And for dinner, I decided to make a healthy pizza. So I got this cauliflower crust at Trader Joe's, and I also got this kale pesto sauce at Trader Joe's. So I'm going to make a little pesto pizza. So I have my cauliflower crust with the kale pesto as sauce, and then I added some tomatoes, some pine nuts, some arugula, and some balsamic glaze. And this was so yummy, and it's pretty much like all plant-based, so I think it was pretty healthy, right?
So for dinner, I'm going to be making a pad thai, and you're just going to need some rice noodles, some olive oil, some chili paste, sea salt, tamari, a lime, bok choy, a little bit of green onion, some green beans, some cilantro, and a red bell pepper. And you're just going to start by chopping your veggies, and you're going to want to put a pot of water on to boil for the noodles. And just chop all of them up. You could definitely use different veggies, but I really like the way that these veggies taste together. And then once the water's boiling, you're going to add your noodles, and then you're going to turn the water off and remove from heat, and then just let the noodles sit there for about 8 to 10 minutes. And this is just what the back of the packaging says. So just read the back of the package of your rice noodles. And then I like to have a little LaCroix while I cook. It's my little treat. And then I also do a little bit of a dance party, but I won't show you guys that. And then you just want to finish chopping your veggies. For the green beans, I just like to chop the ends off and cut them in half. And I got a lot of green beans at the store, so I'm probably not going to use them all. And then chop up your cilantro, and you want to keep that separate from the other veggies. And then you're just going to add a little bit of olive oil to a pan on medium heat and add your veggies. And then you're just going to saute them around a little bit until the greens become bright green and the bell peppers become a little bit tender. And then for the sauce, you're going to do 2 tablespoons of cashew butter, the juice from 1 lime, and then you're going to do 3 tablespoons of tamari. The tamari and the lime juice gives it a really salty, tart flavor that is reminiscent of pad thai. It's so good. Then you're going to add a little bit of chili paste. I don't like my stuff too spicy, so I don't do a ton, but you could always add more if you like things super spicy. And then you're going to slowly add in a 1/3 cup of hot water and just whisk it in between. Make sure everything's mixed together really nicely. And then once it's all mixed together, you're going to pour it over the veggies. Stir it around a little bit, and then you're going to add the rice noodles. And again, stir it around and make sure that everything is coated in the sauce. And this is definitely one of my favorite dinners to make because it only requires a few fresh ingredients, and everything else is stuff that I already have in my cupboard. And so then you're just going to want to dish it up, sprinkle some cilantro on top, and there you have it. It is a very easy, delicious pad thai, and definitely one of my favorite dinners. And then for a little after dinner snack, I had these cotton candy grapes. I'm not sure how they get them to taste like cotton candy, but it's really weird. They definitely do. And it was a nice little sweet treat for after dinner.
So I found some sweet potato and regular fries in my freezer, yay, and I decided to season them with a little bit of this seasoned salt, which you can totally buy seasoned salt at the store, but this is a homemade blend that I love, and I'll put the recipe for it in the description box below. So I just sprinkle that onto the fries and then baked these for about 20 minutes until they were nice and crispy. In the meantime, I made some veggies to go with that. Here I have some frozen broccoli and cauliflower that I just sauteed with some water, and 2 Brussels sprouts, because that's what I had left over in my fridge. Instead of bothering with seasoning this too much, I just decided to flavor it with a big tablespoonful of olive tapenade, which is really nice because it's a little bit salty. It has some seasoning, it has some garlic and onions and black pepper and salt, so it adds a lot of flavor, but you don't have to add all those seasonings in. It's already there. So I just mixed it together and it adds a really nice savory flavor to the veggies. Then I just reheated some leftover refried black beans. These are homemade, and I will put the recipe down below because they are so good. So I just pop these in the microwave for a few minutes to warm them up. While the fries were in the oven, I decided to make a little dipping sauce for kind of everything, just using some vegan yogurt. You want to do plain unsweetened, and then I brighten that up with a little bit of lemon juice, and then I always have fresh herbs in my refrigerator because I find that they add a really great flavor to anything, even something store-bought. So you can do like store-bought salad dressing or store-bought hummus or, you know, pasta sauce, but you add some fresh herbs and it really makes it taste 10 times better. So this is some cilantro and parsley, and then I added some dried dill because I didn't have any fresh, and I just think it's so good, especially in yogurt-based sauces. And then I finished this with some salt and pepper. This sauce is pretty lemony and acidic on its own, but when paired with something kind of rich and savory and salty like French fries, it is so good. So then I just plated up the fries, the veggies, and the refried beans, topped it with the yogurt and herb sauce that I made, and then I love drizzling a little bit of tahini on top of my food, any type of savory food. It adds a really nice kind of creaminess to everything, and I think it goes really well with fries, especially when combined with this sauce. This was like a match made in heaven. And then I put a little bit of red pepper flakes on top for a little bit of heat, and this was that perfect mix of healthy, you know, I've got potatoes and veggies and beans, but it feels a little bit more indulgent because, you know, French fries, and the sauces were really good on top too. So this was a win. After dinner, I had some chocolate, and this is by Chauo. It's their new Moon Bark. It's organic, it's dark chocolate, but it's really, really creamy, which is sometimes hard to find in dark chocolate. It has some dried blueberries, some pumpkin seeds, and chia seeds, and it is so good.
Then for dinner, I had a Thai curry ramen. Guys, this is so easy to make. I use this recipe pretty much every week when I want to clean my veggies out that are about to go bad, or if I only have frozen veggies in the house, because it's an amazing fridge cleaner and food waste reducer. You just throw this on top of ramen like I have here, or rice or spaghetti or whatever. I mean, we've even eaten it over potato wedges. It is so tasty, and we use up every bit of produce we can, and we reduce our food waste that way. If you'd like the recipe, it's on my channel. I'll link it down below. And then after dinner, I have this late night snack. There are these good pops. They're dairy-free and vegan, made out of coconut cream. And they kind of remind me of those Bluebell creamsicles you'd get as a kid. If you guys grew up in Texas or the South, you know what I'm talking about. They're made out of fruit juices, which is great. They're not all artificial, and it's so nice to have on a hot summer's night.
Guys, we hope you enjoyed this What I Ate Today video. Let us know in the comments what you had for breakfast, and make sure you check out our Facebook group because we have lots of cool like food photos and different restaurants and suggestions and sharing food related things if you're into that.
And everyone's really nice and cool.
Yeah. So we'll link that down below, as well as our individual YouTube channels, and we will see you back here on Monday. Bye.
Bye.